What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Bry the Kid, or Bry, or Bry Time, or Bryant. Whatever you want to call me. Um, so today I'm going to be talking about like basically my combine experience. I've tried to make this video like 3 times, but it made sense to actually like record the video once all my combine videos were on YouTube. So I'll have the link for that in the description if there's any like teams watching, players, coaches, scouts, etc. And basically it's in order. All 15 of my combine games. One got canceled on day one of the closed combine. Somebody was having internet issues or power issues on the other team, so we didn't end up actually being able to start. With that being said, I'm just going to talk about like my experience a little bit, like dating back to when I made the pool, and then kind of go from there, and then in order, and how I played in the combine, the reaction I got like from the media or the community, as far as like Harris and Joe Vegas and guys like that, post combine, how they felt I played. So basically I made the pool on like late January, like the 20th or 21st, so somewhere around there. We won the T-Wolves gaming tournament. We lost 2 games the whole tourney. We split. Actually lost a game. We lost the game because I quit out. Basically, there was like point whatever seconds left, and we got the board, and I quit out, to save boost like a dumbass. And literally as I quit out, my teammate got a charge, and then they hit a flick up for the win. And basically we had to go to game 3, and then we lost game 1 against Vaughn Walking's team, the Buddy Gang, with T Freshy in them, and then we didn't lose a game the rest of the tourney. So after making that, it was kind of weird because it didn't feel like people really cared. I got a lot of support from people, and sorry for my dogs, by the way, they're barking outside. They bark at anything. So basically, it was kind of late. Like we got forfeited. My team did. We got forfeited out of 5, counting the Wiz Next Gen tourney. We got forfeited out of 5 different tourneys for just a multitude of dumb things. So basically, our next gen, I was just gonna bag it for current gen. It just didn't seem like it was meant to be, and I was gonna take the first money pot on next gen because I wasn't actually anticipating going for the league and pursuing it. I was gonna wait till next year just because the draft pool, it looked like it was kind of already set, and I started thinking about it, and it was like, well, if I do get drafted this year, and I go as a 2 guard or a 6th man, or if somebody wants to take a chance at me a point guard, I could use that as a year to kind of learn, and just figure out what I need to do to better myself and take that kind of next step. And then all of a sudden I started playing really well. This was kind of after fades got touched. I had to figure out the game again a little bit because I started relying on fades a little bit too much, like a lot of guards did, and had to get back in my blinders bag and just play the game the way it's meant to be played, and not abuse something like fades. I still do them every once in a while, but it's not I've rounded my game out since that patch has come out. And I was playing. I played in a couple tournaments, played some reg season, and I'm playing against these top prospects, and I'm dominating a little bit. And the combine was quick approaching, and I was anticipating it being on a league build, but when I heard that it was my players, it was a little disappointing, just because I feel like I adapt well to new situations. Last year when the league build came out and we played it in team up and there was all the tourneys, I was one of the best guards on that, and it took me a short time. It took me a couple days to just kind of get it down. So that, not having to deal with the 2, 3, 4 day transition from retail pro-am to a league build mode, or a combine mode, was a blessing, just because I would be ready and I knew what I just needed to stay sharp on my game, and that was the game I was going to be playing. So it was nice to not have to sacrifice any of my teammates records or whatever, just trying to figure out, because I don't know how to play the game yet. But I guess everybody would be on that same transition. But nobody was going to have to go through that. So it made me feel a little bit better, because if I did get good teammates, they were going to be plenty capable. And that's basically what happened. So I got, for the open combine, I got a multitude of just a hand, like every team I got was nice. And I don't mean like, that they were like absolutely elite, but you could tell that everybody wanted to be there. The communication was elite. The stick skill was all there. It wasn't like anybody was lacking or there was any like easy mismatch. All right, it wasn't like there's any mismatches or anybody who could just be like exposed on either end, whether it's on offense or defense. So that was nice. And I basically knew everybody for the most part, knew of them, or played against them in leagues, tourneys, tens, whatever, team up, like whatever the case. So everybody was plenty capable, and I think I thrived. And even in the teams that I had that maybe weren't as good as the other teams that I had, everybody kind of had the same mindset, and it was like, listen, we're going to go out here and we're going to do whatever it takes to win, and we're going to do that at all costs. And you know what, if we come up a little bit short, once or twice, in my case it was twice, I lost 2 games in the open combine. I was not like upset if we lost, and we didn't get smoked in any games. The game that I lost most by was, I think we lost by 6 to Dre, and we were winning most of that game. We jumped out to a 9-8 lead, 19-8 lead in the first quarter, and he was missing a lot of open shots, and he kind of figured it out after a while, and got into his bag, and he's one of the best point guards in the draft, so that's what he's going to do. And we played against Sav, and we were actually down most of that game, and we fought back. We were down 8 or 10 twice, and came back both times and took the lead. And one of them was the very end of the game. I hit a break 3 to go up 1, and then we kind of traded for a little bit, traded 2s, and then finally Sav hit a game winner with about 4 seconds left. But I still had play badge, so I inbounded to Ken on a flick up, and he smoked it. And that's not his fault, because that's really just 2K being RNG, because you can't time those. So you just kind of took that one on the chin, and you just move on. And that's what I did, and that was kind of my mindset. But going through the open combine, like I was getting a lot of turnovers, I'm not gonna lie. There wasn't any cases where like the turnovers were costing the game, but there was I don't think I lost any games because of like bad turnovers. I think it was more of the games that I did win, we could have won by more if I had less turnovers. And that's just, a mental note. And I knew that. And it wasn't like something that was like scaring me, because honestly, it was just like a lot of unfortunate things. Like I would drop the basketball, or they would inbound it to me. And I would be like out of bounds, and 2K would push me out of bounds, and, give me a turnover, or just like little things like that. The game is dumb sometimes. So, going into the close, I wanted to do 2 things. That was improve my record and get like a lot less turnovers. I did that for the most part. I don't think I had any games close to like 8. I had like an 8-game turnover game in the combine, in the open combine, and we won that game. But we probably could have won by more. I think back to the game that I played with Crown and them. It was our second game of the night, and I brought the ball up. We was up 3 with like 36 seconds left, and I pump faked at half, and I tried to hand the ball off to Crown. They picked it, and they hit a 3, and we ended up winning the game because we scored, and then they smoked it. But that's a little too close for comfort, and that's just one that I just think of off the top of my head. But moving on to like the closed combine, I was getting a little bit, people were talking about me a little bit. Pretty much everybody that I played with said I was the best guard that they played with in the whole combine, or they would say after the fact, and that was an honor, because I know who they played with, and I'm all about like making my teammates better. I take pride in my leadership and being able to if a teammate is in a slump, give constructive criticism, but never tear them down. Like, that's not going to do anything for anybody. I know personally when somebody's just trashing me or they check out because I'm not playing as good, that's just like extremely counterproductive, and that's not going to help anything. So I was all about being like super positive, just load up with a smile on my face and do whatever I can to maintain that smile. Yes, some unfortunate plays are going to happen, or people are going to mess up, but that's the game. We're playing 2K. I mean, on this game specifically, it's pretty easy for guards to score. So if my lock is having a little bit of trouble, I'm not really tripping, because that's just the game we're playing. You know what I mean? I played in the closed combine. It was my mission to basically separate myself. I looked at the guards list and the people that had made it, and there was one guard better than me, and that was Dre. Do I think he's better than me by a crazy amount? No. But do I think that this year he has earned the title as just being like just a better player than me? Absolutely. He's won a lot, dominated a lot of the best league locks and top locks in the pool. So I'm totally fine being number 2 to Dre. And I'm gonna work my ass off to not be a number 2 to anybody. And that was my goal for the closed. And I turned out after the closed combine, I was looking at, I was doing math on like people's screenshots that they would post, and I'm seeing a lot of these, top guards or, lottery picks or, whatever. And I was playing better than they were. That's just plain and simple. And, you could ask the people that I played with that played with those same set guards, and I was the best one they played with, and it was surprising for a lot of people that I could kind of put myself up to that next level in such a unfamiliar setting like the combine, playing with a 5 that you probably the chances of you playing with a 5 that you've played with before are very slim, unless it's like 10s. So no like long term no team that you would find in the combine. Now you might play with one of your teammates. For example, I played with Crown. I played with Follow, who I've played with in lots of 10s and just like pickups and stuff. Crown, I played with him last year at the start of post draft. So and Big Perm, I played with him for a brief period. Just like a couple people off the top of my head. Cali, I played with in League Build last year. A year before that, we played like a couple tournaments together. So playing with like just one teammate that I played with before helps me out a little bit. Now, honestly, I'm gonna be like blunt. I kind of struggled a little bit when I played with Crown, just the first game, and that's just because Crown plays just a different type of way, which is perfectly fine. That's what makes him like the great player that he is. But as a first game on with Crown is a little bit different to adjust to. I feel like he's very vocal. He calls out what he wants. He's a great passer, and so I kind of just had to adjust to that. And I actually had my worst game with him in game 1 of the combine, but we won by like 15 or 20, so it didn't end up mattering. And then the next game I had a pretty good game. I had like 30 and 12 or 28 and 12 or something like that. So basically, I'm going to flash my combine stats on the screen here. Just talk about what specifically I feel like I improved on, and areas I could get better in the next month. So here, let me pull up my notepad, because I have my combine stats, my notes. Okay, so in the open combine, I averaged 24.0 points per game, 8.8 assists per game, 1.8 steals per game, and I finished with a record of 6-2. And then in the closed combine, I don't know how many turnovers I averaged. I didn't go that deep in, or what like I shot. I know I shot well over 50% or 55 or whatever. But I'm pretty sure I was averaging like 5.5 turnovers or something like that in the open combine, and I know that went down in the closed combine for sure. So in the closed combine, my points per game went up 1.4, so I was averaging 25.4 points per game. My assists went up 0.4, which went up to 9.2 assists per game, and my steals went down 0.2, so I finished with 1.6 steals per game. But I finished with a record of 7-0. So My two big goals were getting less turnovers and improving my record, and I did both of those. And I feel like, a lot of guards were like getting lots of turnovers, so it wasn't really like something that like separated myself in a bad way, that people were getting turnovers. A lot of guards graded out. I didn't. I wasn't like close to grading out. I wasn't like on like grade out watch. I wasn't on D- ever, I don't think. I think I played some of the best defense. I'm gonna be honest. I think I played the best defense on the hash out of any guard. Not specifically like shutting down my opponent, because I was playing a lot of pure sharps, and honestly, it's kind of hard as a pure sharp to be able to just like just click with your point guard in 2 games or 1 game or whatever. So I wasn't. It wasn't more so that, but I was baiting the fuck out of these point guards. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be blunt. Excuse my language. I had a lot of steals on a lot of good guards. Just playing lanes, blitzing them, in the backcourt, and as they try to drive, I'll take away their drive by quick pinch, press square, balls in my hands, or running the other way. And then you start to play with their head a little bit, right? So I'm gonna bait them a little bit, and he's gonna throw it right to my mitt, and then we're gonna go down, and I'm gonna get an and one, and then the whole team's gonna go crazy because that's a big momentum play, and those feel really good because that means that I have a little bit of real estate on the on whoever I may be playing. And I think I took pride. And honestly, my player is made for getting back on the break. I have a high block. I like chase down gold. I have like a 70-something block with like a 94 steal or something. So I'm fantastic at getting on back on the break. I'm one of the best at it. So more so, I'm just talking about my half-court defense because my player is made to play getting back, If somebody misses a shot or we get a turnover, I'm first one back. I'm going to pick that first pass off, and if I don't, you get past me, I'm going to pin it on the glass. So just talking about that, and I think that was an area that a lot of people were surprised that I was playing such good defense, and kind of even if I just took this guard out of the play maybe 4 times out of 30, like 30 out of 30 possessions, or however many are in a 5-minute quarter prime game, with the point guard in his hands, with the point guard with the ball in his hands. I feel like those 4 times it takes a little bit of pressure on the walk, right? Just making 4 big plays down the stretch throughout the length of the game, and it makes the point guard know not to try me. Like you're probably better going the other direction. Like you don't want to. As soon as you come middle, I got you where I want you, and I'm gonna attack how I feel is necessary. And I was blessed to play with a lot of good power forwards. So me playing like free, and just making the point guard think, and running an occasional punch or taking first bump and getting the steal in the backcourt off the league press. It was a blessing because my power forwards always have my back, every single one of them, down from the first one to the 15th one. So I was definitely blessed for that. And I think after the combine, I hit a game winner in my very last combine game. It was one of the last games played. Harris had it on his stream. Shout out to Harris Sportstein. Fantastic part of the 2K media, I guess you could say. He makes a fantastic comment. You could follow his Twitch. I'll actually put it in the link below, because he was streaming my last combine game, because we started a little bit late, maybe 25 minutes after. So we were the very last combine game, and he had like 300-400 people in his stream, and they fouled me with about 4 seconds left to just stop the play, and I called for carry to cut, and I was gonna fill his corner. I ended up greening the 3, and that won us the game because we were down 1. So yeah, it was an awesome experience. I didn't know till after the fact. I had about 20, maybe 30 heads in my stream. So knowing that I had 400 people watching that, and I got like so many tweets from so many people like Famous, and bunch of my my boys from the league, or my teammates, or people that I'm just close with. They all saw it. So I think that kind of And when something like that happens, I'll give an example. Like when Unguardable was playing extremely well early in the combine, he was fortunate that a lot of like people were watching his games, right? So in 2K, most publicity, unless you're like, you know, get in trouble or, you know, violating like, you know, any rules, or but like most publicity for the most part is good publicity. So you know, when somebody like Unguardable has a couple good games, and you know, people start tweeting it out, then you know, you oh, well, who is this guy? And then you start watching film and you're like, okay, well, he is pretty good, right? So I think the same thing kind of happened there. And then I didn't make it onto Harris's official list, but I made it onto the honorable mentions. I think I was like 9th or whatever on the honorable mentions list. So that was pretty sick. Just kind of blessed to have my name out there. Now, do I think I could have been easily on his list? And am I better than pretty much everybody you put in front of me? Yeah, I am. But content is content, and he didn't have to put me on there, but he did. And he acknowledged himself that I had a great combine, and you know, the combine is great, but it lasted 4 days, and I have, you know, past history that I need to. I've been playing pretty good this year, pretty consistent, honestly. Current gen and next gen, I've been playing probably my best, you know, basketball that I played ever. So I got the next month. I got a great new team that I'm gonna play with for the next month, and it's time to really lock in. And if I can continue the type of play that I played in the combine, maybe even improve it, and there's always room to improve. I feel like I could really, you know, jump on some draft boards, and you know, I haven't gotten into interviews yet, unfortunately, but I'm just kind of waiting. I've been putting out a lot of content. I've reached out to a couple teams myself, because you know, clock's ticking a little bit, and it never hurts to be persistent in something like this. So I've been putting you know, content out, and I'm going to continue doing that for the next month. I'm going real hard. I'm going to be streaming later tonight. Actually, I'm going to put this video out in about 20 minutes, so I'm going to be streaming later tonight. I got a game, a round 1 against Bright Lights, who just won the WR championship last night. So shout out to them. And then I have another tournament sometime tonight, probably before that, against FTW, who's retained point guard for the Celtics, Celtics crossover. So yeah, I'm definitely got a big night of prime tonight. I'm gonna ball out like I always do. I'm gonna try my best. We're gonna hopefully win, and that would be huge for, you know, getting my name out there just a little bit more, and just a little bit more. And I'm gonna keep pushing content, and I'm gonna keep you know, posting, you know, lengthy tweets about, you know, like how I've been playing lately, with a little bit of, you know, I might drop an EPK. I'm thinking about I got a couple more content videos that I have planned that I want to make, with the help of my guy Joe Vegas. Shout out to him, my boy. So yeah, it's time to go. We got to pick it up. You know, it's just hashtag draft Bry, draft undisputed. You know, those are my guys, even though me and Roach are the only ones, you know, playing really. And Miles, he's playing for Throwdown. So I got a couple more tournaments with those guys, and then I got a couple tournaments with What Is Comp, and then I'm gonna go hoop with Spartan and the guys for the next WR in the next month, and we're gonna really you know, put the foot on the gas, and excuse my computer. We're gonna put the foot on the gas, and it's time to go. So I appreciate everybody watching. It was a great experience. The combine was. I am super blessed to be invited, and then invited to the closed combine. Making the pool, and then being invited into the closed combine. And then, you know, hopefully I played, you know, pretty well in the eyes of the scouts, and, you know, the right people. So that's gonna basically be it for this video. I appreciate everybody watching. It's a little lengthy. It's about, you know, pushing 25 minutes here. My stream will be in the description. My Twitter will be in the description, and my Instagram will be in the description. So if you want to follow me on all those, the best place to figure out when I'm gonna stream is Twitter. And then you can always just check my Twitch channel. Basically anytime after, like, you know, 9-10 Eastern, I'm gonna be probably live, probably playing reg season or tournaments. This next real month is going to be real busy, so like I said, foot on the gas and let's go. So appreciate everybody watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you do, if you could all like, comment, and subscribe, and if you are so kind to subscribe, go ahead and hit the little bell. It pushes my videos out directly to your, whatever device you use, whether it's your email or your phone or your computer, which is what you heard was somebody commenting on the Combine videos I just posted. And all those are out. So like I said, links will be in the description. I'll have Harris's link in the description and Joe Vegas's link in the description. So you guys can all show them some love. Go, if you could, go retweet the tweet of the Combine playlist. And that's all I got for you guys. I'm out. Peace.